Hi guys, today we are going to do in this great tutorial the animation of this bottom navigation bar, which looks like this. Look how beautiful it animates and really smooth and nice, and we will create it step by step. So let's go ahead and just do it. That's it. Let's jump in. Okay, so the only thing which I brought into this file I pre-made are just these screens, like the screens that I have here, but of course without the navigation bar. Nothing fancy about them. They are very simple. These icons are just actually these icons, which I make them bigger, and I kind of like made it in the design the stroke out effect. And again, you will have this. You will have the link to this file in the description of this tutorial, so you can just download it if you want to use any materials from what you have here now and what we will make during the tutorial. I didn't want to waste time on creating these icons, so I just kind of like pre-made them. It's a component which is called bottom nav icons. Each icon has a default state and a selected state. Here it sits in a frame 40 by 40. Here it sits in a bigger frame which is 60 by 60. And of course, that's what I made for the designs that I'm going to do here in this tutorial. Of course, as I always say, in your designs you can do whatever you want and according to your needs. The main thing is to understand how to create it, okay? And then you just take it to whatever your needs are. So this is the icon. As you see, I can switch between them. So these are just these variants. Oh, sorry. Are these variants, and then I can switch this one on and actually get the selected state of it, of each one of them. Okay, nav favorite icons, so I just click on it and I get the favorite version, the selected version of it. Okay, that's it. So I will take this icon. By the way, if you are watching this tutorial and if you are not familiar with components and variants, I do suggest that you go ahead and see my other tutorials on components and variants to get a better idea or a better knowledge actually how to actually create components and variants in Figma. I think it will make it a bit easier to understand what is going on here with these. Sorry about that noise. I bumped my leg in the table, which is okay. Yeah. So anyway, I'm just saying that if you're not really understanding what you are seeing here, I suggest that you do get a better knowledge of how to make it. Okay, so first of all, what I do want to create is I create the shape. No, you know what? Let's create the navigation bar first. I'm gonna do a frame which will be, let's say, I think like 66, which this is how I made it there, 66 of height. That's okay. Let's call it a bottom nav, not with a double N. Why am I doing a double N? Bottom nav, that's okay. Put this one, actually it doesn't matter. I'm going to just auto layout, add auto layout or shift A, and now I will give it a 66, and let's align middle. Oh, it made this, let's make it 20 on 20. Okay, good. I just want the 20 here. Here it doesn't matter so much. And I'm going to make it 375, which is actually the width of my screen. Okay, of course, when you create or when you do the navigation bar with an auto layout, or when you arrange, I'm going to remove the auto layout after I arrange my icons, but okay, so I have here 5, and now I'm gonna put this auto layout in space between, and that's it. My icons are placed where they should be. I can remove the auto layout like that. That's it. Now, if you're wondering why am I putting all the same icons, now it doesn't really matter, because now I can just because they are arranged here in variants, then I can just, after I did the structure of it, then I can just select now home icon, and this will be the profile, that will be the music, favorites, that's okay, and video. That's it. You see, when I have it structured and arranged in variants, then it's very easy to create it. Okay, good. So that was our first step. I'll call it a bottom nav home, which will be our first state. And now I need to create the shape, this one. I need to create this shape, and let's see how easily we can create that. Of course, there is more than one way to do it. I will create it in an easy way, which will be easy for you as well. I mean, one way is to actually make a shape like that, holding the shift and doing something like that. And then I can just select these points and kind of like round them, and then play with the height of this one as I need to, and kind of like, you know, arrange it to where any shape that I want. And after I do that, then I can just click like this and close it and make a shape of it with a fill, and just arrange or make the length of it to any length that I want. Basically, what we're going to do is create a shape and animate it left and right, which goes as you see here. This is that shape. So we will see how to get to create that in an easier way, which I can make actually a rectangle. It needs to be long, okay, maybe even longer than that, we will see. Let's give it a 66 of height, and what I'm gonna do now is I can take I'm gonna take an ellipse. I'm gonna make it 80 by 80. The reason that I'm doing that is I know that this one is 60 by 60. I want a space of like 20 pixels between this one and the hole that I'm going to create in this bar. So that kind of like adds up. I think it's gonna work fine. Yeah, let's take it a bit down, and yeah, let's put it here. And now I'm going to place this one, it snaps to the middle of it, okay, to the middle of the rectangle, something like that. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, now I'm gonna select them both and just subtract, and I'm gonna get this one. After I do the subtract, I'm gonna flatten it, and the reason I'm flattening it, if you are aware of it or not, this one now has the two shapes inside it. It has the circle, okay, which I can still move, and it has the rectangle. Now if I want to edit actually these points, this one and this one, I can't, because it's not one icon. These are actually two shapes. Actually, it's not icon, I meant to say it's not one shape, it's two shapes. So I'm going to flatten it, and now when I'm flattening it, it's one shape, which when I hit enter, I can edit these points. Okay, let's give it now 20. I think that's okay. You know what, maybe even a bit more. Let's give it like 24. I guess that's okay. That looks okay. Again, if we need, so we can fix it later on. We can just fine tune it as we go. So that's fine, and I'm gonna take it and put it inside my navigation bar. I'm gonna pull it all the way to the end, something like that. Actually, what I'm going to do is, let me see, this is the navigation bar, and that is the shape. Okay, it's a bit longer, which is great. Okay, good. Yeah, so I'm gonna do something like that. I think that's okay. And the other thing which I am going to do is take this one. One second. I'm going to take this one, the shape, and I'm going to put it behind. I'm going to give it a white color, and the frame itself I will do without any fill. The other thing that I'm going to do more even is I'm gonna deselect the clip content, because anyway I can work it with it like that, because the length of the navigation bar is the length of my screen, so I have no problem with that. If you want to create it in a different situation, which you have maybe some kind of a navigation bar and the screen around it is wider, so you can do it in 2 frames. I will explain and show a bit more. Now this one, I will switch to its selected state. I am going to place it something like that, which is great. -27, that is good for me. And the reason it still belongs to the same frame, to the navigation bar. The reason, again, that I'm saying it outside of it is because I deselected the clip content. If I'll hit it, it will hide everything out of it, and now I can see it, and that's okay. If I do have, as I said, another situation, I can take this one out of the navigation bar, put them both in a same frame, and then I can use the clip content. Okay, so you can do it in both ways. As I said, a lot of times there is more than one way to create stuff that we need on the screen. Okay, good. So this is the first state that we created. Now I will take it here. I will call this one profile. And what I will do now is actually do this thing. I'm gonna move this one about in the middle. It doesn't have to be like super precise, kind of like eyeball it to the right position. That's good enough. Yes, you can make another frame that will hold them, the default state and the selected state together, and it will be held in the same frame, and I can just move it up and down. I can work a bit more precise if I want, but that means kind of like doing more complicated structure, and I chose today to do the easy one, so that's okay. I'm kind of like eyeballing it to the middle of that shape, and now I will switch it to the selected one, and I will do something like that. This will be we need -27, I'm reminding you, and it looks that it sits exactly in the middle. This one I will give it, bring it back to the selected state, and let's see what is the distance that we have here. It's 20. Oh yeah, that's the way I made it. I remember. And this is 16, and now it's 20, so I know it's precise. Okay, good. By the way, I'm hitting the Alt. If I'm selecting an element on my screen, I hit the Alt, then I can see the distances. Okay, I can put my mouse on other elements and see the distances. Okay, so this is the second one, which is pretty easy. This one is we call it music, and we are going to do exactly the same thing. I'm just going to move it here. I'm going to work kind of fast. This one is going to be selected. I will put it here. I know it's -27 because I saw it snapping to this guy. This will be here, which is good. By the way, if I want to be precise, I can see the Y and the X. I can copy the X, copy. By the way, it's not round pixels because I did it with space between in the beginning in the auto layout. So that's the reason for it, but that's okay for now. And I will paste it here. because now already I have a reference. I know exactly where it sits, so I can take it from here, and the Y is 13. Good. So I'm gonna do quickly the other ones. Look how quickly now when we have it structured, we can do it quickly. I will just call it in a shortcut fav. I will move this one. Good. And selected state, kind of eyeball it to the middle of it. This will go back, middle, no problem. X, copy, select this one, paste, and we are exactly where we need to be. And the last one is going to be video. Okay, video, and the same thing happens. I'm gonna push the shape here. Of course, selected state, snap it, bring it like this. And let's see the X on this one, copy and paste. Okay, we are doing good. I think that basically state-wise we are done. Now what I'm going to do, I'm selecting all these frames after I actually design them the way that I want and need, and create component set. By the way, you can create as a component the first one and create variants to it and go just one by one as you want. Honestly, as I said, there is more than one way to create that, and that's okay to work as it's comfortable for you. Okay, create component set, and then I have my navigation bar ready to rock and roll. Okay, good. So now what we will do, I'm gonna copy and paste it here. I will place it in the middle and bottom. So I'm having the first one here. I will take, by the way, I can copy, and I'm selecting all these frames and paste. So all of them here. Now I can just switch the variants. As I'm reminding you, these are all variants. So this is profile, this is music, that's going to be the favorites, and this will be the video. Okay, so that's pretty easy. Now I am not doing it as an interactive component. I am not connecting them inside here because I don't want the interaction in the component itself. I want the interaction between these screens. So let's see. I will select this one, and I will okay, now go to prototype, and of course I will connect it to this screen. Okay, this screen, it means that on click, it's not in a mobile mockup, so it's on click. I'm gonna move it to a mobile mockup, but then it's gonna be on tap. For example, if I go here, show prototype settings, and let me select this one. Okay, and now you will see that it is on tap. So that is going to be a smart animate. And if you saw or not, if you noticed or not, I wanted to have it kind of like jumpy, give it like an elastic motion. I will show you, you know what, with, I mean, just on ease out and with the ease out back. Okay, I'm not going to go into custom Bezier here. I'm just going to show the ease out and ease out back, which is more of an elastic movement. I'm just gonna test it, give it kind of like a test drive. So this is connected to here, and this one takes us back to here. So that's on tap, smart animate, 300 milliseconds. I think it's okay. Let's just give it kind of like a small test drive. Let's close this one, and let's see how it animates. Okay, great. So first of all, it animates perfect. Okay, so we see it's already working. Good. And now what we have to do is, if I want to give it more of an elastic motion, by the way, you can make it slower, faster. You can easily do it from here, okay? You control the duration. I think that 300 milliseconds is a good speed for this navigation. And again, according to your needs, you can do however you want it. By the way, if I will give it now an ease out back, so you will see the elastic movement of it. Sorry, not here, here. So now look at this. You see, it kind of like, but okay, something to point out. When I'm giving it an effect of an elastic motion, so I need to make it a bit slower in order for us to see it properly. I will give it a 400 milliseconds just for us to see the elastic movement. I hope that it's not going to be too long, and if it is, I'll make it shorter. Let's see. No, I think it's good. Yeah, it works perfect. Okay, good. Now, what I'm going to do is, listen what you have to do in order from each screen, I want to be able to navigate to all the other screens. That means that this one from here, 1 second, let me just like that. Okay, so this one fights with me. So this one has to go to the, oh, the music, I put it here. Okay, that's 1 second. Oh, I see my mistake now. Okay, so that needs to be, I didn't put them in the right order. So this one, you know what, but actually it doesn't really matter. So this one will be the, sorry, this one will be the fav and this one will be the music. Yeah, so it's not in the right order, but it doesn't really matter. But by the way, we can do it just like that. So that sits like more properly. Yeah, okay, that's okay. I mean, of course, it doesn't really matter, just to have it kind of like in an ordered way. So double click on this one, prototype, and I'm going to connect it here. It's going to be Smart Animate. It saves the last interaction that we did. Favorites gonna go here, video will go here. Okay, of course, the home, I don't have to connect because this is the screen that we are opened on. Now from here it goes to home. This one goes to music. Fav goes to fav. And video goes to video. Same thing here. I'm going to, no, I can't do it so small because I will not see what am I doing. Okay, something like that. Yeah, okay, so this one goes here. I'll do it really quickly. This one goes here, here, and here. Okay, yeah, this one goes here. And that goes here. And last one, 1 second. Okay, that goes, oops, that goes here, that goes here, and that goes here. Okay, so now I think we're kind of done, and basically now it should work, and it does. Great, you see, so it works really nice. Wow, works perfect. Okay, very nice. So great. Okay. Very nice. Okay, I'm just kind of like playing with it, seeing it, like enjoying watching it. Yeah, but it does work perfect. So guys, basically that's about it. Oh, I plan to do not a black screen around it, but I didn't change it. It doesn't matter anyway. Yeah, if we want to have it kind of like in a more gentle way of seeing it, then I can do it on a screen like that, and then, oh yeah, this is nicer. Okay, so anyway, yeah, of course that's nonsense. Anyway, that's about it, guys. I tried to make it not too long, and I think that was kind of nice. So As I said, you have a link to get this file if you want to, and you have all these materials. There are not so many materials, but they are exactly what you need for this tutorial or to create this one. And you can either use these components and just put your icons inside these variants, or just do it for your designs, whatever your needs are. I hope this tutorial was good and helpful. Thank you so much for watching it, and I guess I would be very happy for your like if you did like it. I will be more happy if you subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next tutorial. Great. Bye for now.